Well, howdy, neighbor. Hey, yeah, up here. Hey, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm all the way up here, neighbor. Welcome back to Hammer and Saw Customs. Today, Brother Bill's going to be doing a tightrope walking expedition. No, not really. Still, jack of all trades, master of none. Welcome back to part 10, I believe, of the workshop, wood shop, fix-it shop, off-grid shop, break-it shop. Yeah, I've been busy and haven't been able to video a whole lot. As you guys can see, there's still plenty of clouds around, middle of the day and no sun's out. So the weather and the wind has just been terrible for filming. So don't let that get you down. I've got plenty left to show you how I did the rest of this, because it's just all rinse and repeat. Once we do one, you'll know how the rest of them went. So with that, come on in, rest your hands and face, grab you a snack. I don't have any up here, but maybe you can have one for me. And grab you something cold to drink. Brother Bill's drink of choice, as always, is some good old southern sweet tea with some NASCAR additive. But since I'm up on the roof, we're going to hold off and celebrate that a little later. So come on back after the intro and we'll cover the work that I've already done, and we'll jump in on finishing this eaves and trim out area. So come on back after the intro, and I'll see you in a few. Let's see. What was it that Forrest Gump said? He said, Jenny taught me how to raid, and I taught her how to dangle. Oh, hey, you're back already, neighbor. All right. Well, what we got going on today is the roofing for the old pallet wood shop. You might have saw several parts back. I was building the rafters. So those were finished then. If you didn't check that out, bebop back there and check that video out, and you'll know how I got the basics of the rafter. So what I did is I set the 7 rafters in place on top of our frame supports. And then what it is, I tied those in with some 6-inch lag bolts with large washers. So every one of those hit the rafters, go through the top plate, and then they go into the studs. So we've tied all those together all the way across. Kind of boring, but I wanted to cover that as what we're using to tie in there. After that, we've got our end rafter, and then our 2 rafters that line up with our crossbeam support that I also finished in like a video or 2 back. And then we've got our tie-in. So we tie in our rafter to our crossbeam. So that supports that, and that's what I'm sitting on right now. And then we have our floater rafters that don't have a support underneath, but they got their tie bar. And then what we did is we brung our slats across the top and tied those all together. We've got our overhang. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how the top board goes in, the overhang, and then the support. And then how the supports like this one came in to support the roof rafter. So basically it's almost like an engineered rafter, but I couldn't build it all at one time because one-man band, you know. So it's pieced together. So this is how you could do your backyard, backwoods, rainforest pallet wood project. Now, disclaimer, old Brother Bill ain't a carpenter, but I do like to work with wood. So maybe woodworker. So all my carpenter friends, don't get bent out of shape. I'm not trying to take your job away. because always when you have something that you got to have done in the house, permitted, this and that in the city, always either consult a professional or ask a professional or hire a professional. So, but this is my backyard project, basically no more than a shed is what we could say. So with that, pretty much covered everything up here already, right? So we're ready to get into the thick of it, because I sure don't want us to catch some rain and not get this video in for you guys. Because tune in Fridays, 9 a.m. Hawaii Central Standard Time for Brother Bill's YouTube release every Friday. With that, I will catch you downstairs. So wait right there. So, one for the family, one for the soldiers, and one for our country. And, oh, neighbor, I think I pulled my Merle Haggard muscle. Whew, that might have hurt. Will you hold on right there while I go get Mama to grab the truck and see what the doctor has to say about that. So, I'm going to exit stage left. Oh, I'm back, neighbor. False alarm, false alarm. Saw the doctor. He said it wasn't my Merle Haggard muscle, it was my Shania Twain muscle. And the injury, well, it didn't impress him much. I know, that's just horrific, isn't it? But he did say, if I had a little bit of this sitting around, have a couple swigs and you'll be just, you know, don't call him in the morning because he probably won't be able to understand me, but I'll be just fine. Whew, because it's smooth. All right, neighbor. Enough with the antics. So I've got some things already prepped for you guys. I'm going to show you how I'm doing the overhang. I've already got those put together. But what I do want to show you is how I did the supports for the rafters and how I assembled those. So let me get those laid out where you can see them on the screen, and we'll jump right into that, and then I'll show you how I installed them. So stand by. All right, so we're at that point of the show. Yeah, you know it. Good old Safety Steve part of the show. When you're using ladders, be safe. When working with wood and hand tools, I've used some good old glasses, some nice tight work clothes. Not too tight, but not loose enough that it gets bunched up anything. Some sturdy shoes, especially for your climbing ladders for good footing. And some glove laders or phalange covers. To keep those old fingers protected as much as possible. Oh, and we're also at that point of the show where the disclaimer is, yeah, it's that time again. That little box down there. Yeah, if you get your glasses out and you look real close, especially depending on what you're looking at, there's a little hammer and saw emblem. Yeah, that little saw, that little emblem down there. If you could help a feller out, subscribe. It's free. Ring that bell. It lets me know to let you know that there's new video out. Plus, if you could shoot some likes, some comments, that would be absolutely awesome. If you're not a YouTube fan, but you're getting this through another link, Oh Brother Bill's also on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So I think all those have, you know, likes, shares, comments as well. If you can shoot those out there, Oh Brother Bill, appreciate it. I try to give everybody a thank you that sends me a message or sends a comment. I spend hours doing that, and I really enjoy talking to you folks, and I appreciate it very, 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 did I say very much? So with that, let's jump right in. So this is the supports for our hand-built rafters. Basically, this is the part that kind of turns it into an engineered rafter. But old brother Bill, you know, when you get to that 2x4 after it gets past, you know, 10 feet or whatever, it's kind of hard to nail it both ends. So kind of had to piecemeal it here a little bit. So I'm going to show you how I screwed these supports together to fill in and backfill and to give us our strength. And then I'll show you how I'm installing them. Pretty simple, but you know, you don't have to follow it step by step. You can get some plans if you like. See, old brother Bill's plans are all in here. Yeah, I know that's a scary thought running around down there, right? So, but you can get some plans to build you a backyard shed. That might make it easier on you. But I'm a trial and error kind of guy. I think I learn more that way. But no worries. Here we go. So we got our good old Bluetooth wireless hammer drill. We got some 2.5-inch screws, which are recycled. And then of course we have our pallet wood. Even though this is nice and pretty, it looks like 2x4s, but it ain't there, neighbor. It's the pick of the litter. So when you get down to doing your project build, there's the wood you can use just because you're going to frame and it just needs to be somewhat straight. And then there's when you get to your trim out, you want to make sure you pick your best working wood. So here we go. I will see you on the other side because this is going to be noisy. Simple enough, neighbor? Got any questions? Because you know, it was pretty quick. What's that? You know, I can't hear you. So next time you got a question, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, let them old fingers click clack on that old computer. Let brother Bill know what you got on your mind. It's free, except for your time. All right, so I'm going to switch the camera around, get the old ladder in place, and I'm going to show you how these supports go up to support our end rafter. And that is the same for our middle brace rafter, 2 of them, and our other end. And I'll show you a shot of that also. So stick with me, hang in there, it'll be okay. All right, neighbor, you got a good view there? All right, well, here we go. We're going to put in our rafter braces. Big thing here, make sure you've got your angles going where they're supposed to go. I've already got my lines marked out here because I did some measurements. So let's see how good old brother Bill is good at measuring crooked wood like pallet wood, right? Oh boy, I like a glove. There we go. And now we're just going to attach this bad boy real quick and simple. Oh, I'm going to continue to make noise, so I'll see you on the other side. Well, there you have it, neighbor. You can see us supports. Got to put a little block in here. I forgot to cut that one. It happens. But everything else lined up the way we wanted it. And basically that's how we did it on this beam, that beam, and the other end. So you're basically going to rinse and repeat. So you're going to watch the video with the rafters. And then if you can build them all at once, because maybe you got a buddy, a pal, a friend, a neighbor, the neighbor's kids, you can employ them to help you out. There you have it. So with that, we'll get scooting on the outside and get the beams up, or eave caps on that's laying here on the floor. So stand by. Well, howdy, neighbor. It's starting to look ugly, so I'm going to keep pushing along, show you how we can get this all put together. But here's like the runners we're putting on top, but this is a cut off one because we've got our support in here for our 17-inch overhang. So basically, pretty simple, a couple screws. You just slide that bad boy into place, like so. Oh, and I forgot my persuader. Stand by just 1 second. Aha, I'm back. Need my persuader because when Brother Bill was building the rafters, got excited because all the screws I had on hand were 3.5. So I've got a few of these little points sticking out. But that's okay. Once I slide this in here, give it a smack or two, this bad boy is going to be cinched in there like nobody's business. So, right there, right there. Oh yeah, there we go. Lovely. There you have it. Let's throw a few screws in there. Don't need the lid for right now, so we'll get that later. So what I'm going to do is rinse and repeat like 10 times here, neighbor. So I will see you on the other side. Well, there you have it, neighbor. We've just been hammering on safely on this pallet wood project, part 10. Got a ways to go, but she's getting close. I kind of wanted to show you how I did the eaves cap, like you could see right here. But as you can see in the background, it is just getting darker and darker. The wind's picking up, and I know good old Mother Nature is just getting ready to rain down on me any moment. But just to recap, rafters, you've seen those built. Now you see them installed. They're pretty much just set them in place. Lag bolt, couple braces that you just saw. Cross piece, just like the cross piece that was at the end here, just run it all the way down, measure your overhang. I still got to put the support pieces on the other end, but this is about my best window to get this to you folks. So hopefully next time you'll see the temporary tarp on top to try to dry this in a little bit until I get the white, thick, heavy-duty tarp top that I want to put on here for lighting. Because you know, this is off-grid. Might have a light in here. We might put in some solar panels, batteries, charge controller, things like that. That'd be kind of cool. I think a lot of my off-grid friends would like to see that. And then we'll start working on the inside once we get the outside done. But oh wait, we got lots to do on the outside. So I'm gonna put you folks away. I'm gonna continue on working because there's just no way I'm gonna be able to keep the wind off the camera and the rain off the screen. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate visiting with you guys every week. I hope this becomes a set in stone normal thing. Fridays, 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, or that might be Honolulu Standard Time. Anyway, on the old Facebook, and then I'll post it on the YouTube channel as soon as it goes through and everything's been checked off and all that good stuff. So with that, as always, neighbor, let's remember our veterans, past and present. Let's remember our first responders out there trying to keep us safe each and every day. And most of all, old brother Bill wants you to remember, if you can do it, nope, that's not it. If your neighbor can do it, you can learn to do it too. And until next time, neighbor, hammer on safely. And old brother Bill will see you real soon. Aloha and later. Oh yeah, Brother Bill almost forgot one thing. You know that PSA, public service announcement? Well, gentlemen and ladies, remember to wash your work clothes, hats, capilators, whatever your head covers, your shirts, your shorts, your coveralls, because woo, these don't smell the greatest, but hey, I had them on and I was safe. I was hammering on safely. So, remember to wash your work clothes. Don't always wait for mama to do it. All right, or your significant other. All right, we'll see you next time.